Hello to all of you out there in this great big world of social media. This is Brother Dana coming to you from Chicago. This video tonight is really for my white evangelical Gentile family members. And what brought me to this video was a few things that happened here tonight. And even though, again, this video is really just to speak to my white evangelical family members, I know this will also bring encouragement to my black brothers and sisters and those of you in there that know you are the true Hebrews. So I'm going to start off by showing you a couple of things that stirred up this video.
Guys, back off! Go! Go! Back off! Watch out! Guys!
So there you clearly see, this is in New York, just some days ago, where a 95-year-old rabbi, Ashkenazi Jew, had passed away. And I saw other, and you can look it up, but I saw other aerial views, still pictures of the masses and multitudes of Jews who were out in the streets as this 95-year-old rabbi made his way through. And then this is the other thing that caught me over these past, couple of weeks. The right-wing Christian preachers are in denial over the COVID-19's danger. And not only, is it coming from those pastors, but it's also coming from literally my family members that live within, your small rural white areas across the nation, especially here in the Midwest is where I'm familiar with. And it's this attitude of, that is for the cities, that is for this, but not us. And not only because they're from good small towns, but because we are Christians. We are, good people, and we're Christians. And one of the last things that threw me over was when I had received a couple comments from some of my Gentile hating followers. And I say that because they hate me for what I say, but yet they continually follow me. And so one of them emailed me and said, per one of my videos, he made this comment. He said, "See, black people are getting it too." And that is where it hit me. It hit me to make this video to reveal the depth of hatred, white supremacy that lies within every single white person's heart. Unless they come to an acknowledgement, or until you come to a place where you can acknowledge it. And what do I mean by that through that statement? Look, black people are getting it too. Because if we valued them of people, our comment should have come back and said, "Dang, Dana. Man, I know you said blacks weren't getting it, but look, there's some blacks that got it. Man, I thought maybe at least one race would escape this plague." See, for you to come back and make comments, and others were making comments on this like, "Yeah, see, you are lying, blacks are getting it too." From all their other comments, it wasn't coming from a place of with emojis with tears coming, but emojis of laughter, mocking, saying, "Yeah, look, they're getting it too." As it declares in Revelations 18 about the people that belonged to Babylon the Great. Verse 7b, it says, in her heart she boasts, I sit enthroned as a queen. I am not a widow. I will never mourn. And when you have that type of arrogance based on your race and your white supremacy, and you boast, that's why you gather. That's why, several of the Republican states are behind or in the quarantine hours and stay at home because they boast in their heart. We're a God-fearing Christian white state Republican that backs up the president, the man of God that has come to redeem us. In that they boast, and in their heart they truly believe that they will never mourn. Because see, my people have never mourned the way that you and your ancestors have mourned. And that goes out to my black brothers and sisters. But see, we as whites, we've never experienced that type. We've always been the conqueror, never the conquered. And that is why when we feel as if there's too many minorities coming into our country, and if they raise up a little bit, they will conquer us, we must then build the wall to keep you out. But see, this plague is showing us that no wall is going to, as President Trump says, keep this invisible enemy that we are fighting from crossing into the land. And that comes because we have been a nation that has enslaved the true chosen people of the Most High God, the Most High Yah, and that is our black brothers and sisters who are actually the true chosen Hebrews of the lineage of Jacob in the bloodline of Yeshua HaMashiach, Jesus Christ. And because of our 400 plus years of cruelty to this very day, the plagues will come. I don't know exactly how. All I can go by is what the history tells us about the nations that enslaved the chosen people. From Egypt to Rome, Babylon and on. And when I see what was done to those nation or those individuals, those people, when the wrath of the Most High Yah God got done with them, I don't want to be a part of that. And so we as whites must really check our heart that the depth of racism that is so strong in there of white supremacy, that if you would find out that our black brothers and sisters are now susceptible to the COVID-19, and you would come back to say, see ha, look it, they're getting it too. Instead of coming back weeping because you and I had hoped that maybe there was a race of people that were not going to be touched by this plague. That's a haughtiness. That's a boasting. That is a pride, and that is an arrogance. Because verse 8 says, after we say, I will never mourn. Verse 8 says, therefore in one day her plagues will overtake her. Death, mourning, and famine. She will be consumed by fire, for mighty is the Most High Yah, who judges her. We've had this plague for more than a day. So obviously we haven't reached verse 8 in Revelations 18 when it says, therefore in one day her plagues will overtake her. We're not yet quite overtaken. But at one point, it could be the next one. If white America and white evangelical Christianity does not come out of that white supremacy faith and cleave and protect and honor the true chosen people, the Most High Yah, just as we have been doing to the Ashkenazi Jews. The measuring stick is right there from the Most High Yah, from the God. He's measuring to see this is how you treated the Ashkenazi Jews when you thought all these years these people that look just like you were my chosen. But now that you know the very people that you despised and hated and enslaved are my chosen, will you have equally the same amount of love and compassion and loyalty? See, we set the standard, white evangelical America. We set the standard for our own judgment. To the amount of judgment you give out, eventually that judgment is coming back, and that's it too. Because we've held all these other nations to a standard in how they treat Israel based on the facts that we had then, but now that we know it's a lie. If that same love and devotion is not for the true chosen people, judgment will come. But we set that judgment. And now that judgment is coming back upon us. In her heart she boasts, I sit enthroned as a queen. I am not a widow, and I will never mourn. Most High Yah, please help my people to repent before the day comes with that plague that will overtake her.